They called him a despicable human. They said it openly. They said it casually. They said it with laughter. The phrase echoed through the upper rings of the heliotrade megastructure, a structure so vast that stars pass through its shadow, a structure worth 250 trillion space credits. It was the largest economic project ever attempted by the Galactic Compact. A moving trade city, a factory, a shipyard, a financial core, and it was failing. Every species involved agreed on one thing. Humans were the worst mistake the Compact had ever allowed. Too loud, too stubborn, too emotional, too reckless. They did not follow proper predictive logic. They ignored probability trees. They challenged risk assessments. They were despicable, so when a human engineer walked through the main corridor of Ring 12, the looks followed him. Scaled heads turned away. Compound eyes narrowed. Feathered crests flared in irritation. His name was Aaron Hale. He carried a tool bag on one shoulder. He wore a stained utility jacket. He walked like he belonged. That alone offended them. Aaron was not part of the executive council. He was not part of the design authority. He was not part of the oversight guild. He was hired as a last resort, a temporary consultant, a problem solver for things no one else wanted to touch. The Helia project had a problem, a fatal one. The primary energy lattice was destabilizing. Microphase fractures spread through the containment web. Every simulation predicted collapse within 30 cycles. Collapse meant chain failure. Chain failure meant detonation. Detonation meant the destruction of the entire structure. 250 trillion credits. Gone. The finest alien minds had worked on it. Mathematical collectives, hive intelligences, quantum oracles. None could stop the cascade. They had tried stronger fields. They had tried adaptive harmonics. They had tried self-correcting algorithms. Each attempt made it worse. The lattice obeyed perfect logic. That was the problem. Aaron stood in the control chamber and stared at the glowing model. Light shimmered through layered geometry. Beautiful, deadly. A senior Varexian analyst clicked its mandibles. Its voice translator buzzed with disdain. This system is beyond your primitive understanding, human. Aaron did not reply. He adjusted his gloves. He leaned closer to the display. Another official spoke. A tall Kessari with silver skin. You were brought here to observe, not interfere. Aaron nodded. Then he smiled. When something keeps breaking the same way, he said, it is because everyone keeps fixing it the same way. The chamber went quiet. The Varexian flexed. You imply we are wrong. Aaron shrugged. I imply you are consistent. Murmurs rippled through the observers. A counselor hissed. Human logic is flawed. You embrace inefficiency. Aaron tapped the display. The lattice shifted. A section glowed red. You built this to be perfect, he said. No slack, no margin, no forgiveness. The Kessari folded its arms. Perfection is stability. Aaron shook his head. Perfection breaks. Always. They laughed at him. The laughter was sharp, cold, confident. He was despicable. What could he know? Aaron requested access. They refused. Aaron requested again. They denied him again. The countdown continued. 28 cycles. A junior observer whispered. What if he is right? The whisper was ignored. 26 cycles. The fractures grew. The lattice screamed. With silent stress, Aaron waited. He knew humans were good at one thing: failure. They had failed often. They had failed catastrophic ally, they had learned. On cycle 24, the first auxiliary grid failed. The chamber shook. Alarms flared. Panic spread through species that had never known it. Emergency councils convened. Blame was assigned. Excuses were prepared. Aaron stepped forward again. "Give me 10 minutes, he said. The Virexian snapped. "You will destroy everything." Aaron met its eyes. "It is already destroyed," he said. "You just have not accepted it yet." Silence followed. The project director finally spoke. A being of living crystal, ancient, respected, human, it said. "What would you do?" Aaron took a breath. "I would make it imperfect." He said access was granted. They watched with horror as he rewrote core parameters. He introduced variants, noise, randomization, safeties screamed. Predictive models collapsed. "This is madness," someone shouted. Aaron pulled physical dampeners from his bag. Crude devices, mechanical, heavy. He bolted them into the lattice frame. No elegant fields. No elegant math. Just mass, resistance, flex. The lattice shuddered. The fractures slowed. The glow stabilized. Then something impossible happened. The cascade stopped. The chamber fell silent. Readings. Normalized. Energy flow balanced itself, not through perfection, but through tolerance. The lattice bent. It did not break. Cycle 20 ended. The Helia project lived. No one spoke. The Virexian stared at the data. Its mandibles trembled. "This violates every optimization principle." Aaron wiped his hands. "Yeah," he said. "That is why it works." Investigations followed. Committees formed. Reports were written. They discovered the truth. The lattice had been over-engineered. It lacked resilience. It lacked error absorption. Human engineering philosophy had allowed failure, planned for it, expected it. Humans did not seek perfection. They sought survival. The savings were calculated. 250 trillion credits preserved. Future expansion possible. System lifespan extended indefinitely. The despicable human had saved everything. Recognition ceremonies were planned. Aaron skipped them. He returned to Ring 12. He fixed a jammed cargo rail. He drank recycled coffee. A Kessari approached him quietly. "Human," it said. "Why do your kind accept imperfection?" Aaron thought for a moment. "Because we know ourselves," he said. Words spread, not of his name, but of his method. Human redundancy. Human adaptability. Human stubborn refusal to accept elegant failure. The term despicable, human changed meaning. It became a warning. It meant someone who would not let systems die gracefully. Someone who would break rules to keep people alive. Someone who would survive. Years later, another project failed. Then another. Each time a human was called. Each time aliens muttered the same phrase, "Despicable human." And each time the project lived, the Galactic Compact updated its doctrines. Perfection was removed. Resilience was added in. The archives of the Helia project, a single line was recorded, saved by an unoptimized solution. Aaron Hale never became famous. He never wanted to. He fixed things. He moved on, but in the quiet spaces between stars, engineers told stories of the day logic failed, of the day perfection cracked, of the day a despicable human saved everything and the galaxy. learned a truth it could never forget. Humans were not. Elegant humans were not perfect. Humans were not safe. But when everything else broke, they endured. Asterisk.